So I've been kind of quiet in terms of Big Blue updates, and that's because I've been hard at work on finally bringing the Themeable Big Blue together, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. It's turning out to be very flexible, and I think that people will get a lot of value out of this. So you'll notice that now in the config file there's a theme setting. If it's empty, then you just get the standard Big Blue. No surprises there. However, if you point it towards a different theme, then it's going to look completely different. So in this case, I pulled a skin from that Hardcade front end site. And so, it's still the same Big Blue. It has all the features that the other one has, with the nested list and all that stuff. But now, the theme can basically configure pretty much everything. So you can see here that, we have a completely different look, different colors and fonts and, whatever else you want to do there. And of course, we still have the video support. So, it's all there. So basically in your theme, you can configure what resolution it's for, what graphics it's going to use. And the thing that's exciting about this is that it's actually pretty darn powerful. I mean, everything in these themes is just done in layers, as if it's, you're almost kind of like working with a Photoshop image or something. Everything's layers. So you'll notice, you see how you kind of have the, rounded corners of the bezel in this image that actually overlap the image. That's just all configured in the theme. So if I go in here, so you can see how we just have a bunch of layers here. Now see what happens. This is the list layer. So if I pull out the list layer and I put it behind the the image, then it's not going to have priority. So here we can see how it's behind it now. It's just all controlled by this theme. And so, but if I put the list back, and then you'll notice that if I take the preview, which is the, where are we here? If I take the, like the snapshot and video preview, and I put it on top of the image, you'll see how we don't have, the overlap there. See how the image is now on top of it, and it's not nicely rounded. Yeah, so like I said, this thing is just all configurable. You can do anything. You can, like, basically for each one of these layers, you can just say, here's an image. This is the dimensions. It's this many pixels from the left and this many pixels from the top of the window, and here's what the image is. Yeah, all this stuff is definable. It's basically all in there. The sounds are configurable. You can pick different audio files for all the sounds in Big Blue. You can pick different default image not found images, different images for the speech recognition. So check this crap out. Some guy in the arcade control forums made this Friday the 13th theme for Mala, and when he did it, he kind of did this thing where there was he kind of did this thing where there was like a kind of like dripping blood below the snapshot image. But in Mala, he couldn't animate anything because, Mala doesn't have that capability. It can only basically just like move things left and right. It can't have actual like frames of graphical animations. But see what I did with this thing here. So I switched it to the Friday the 13th theme. So see how I have two things going on. I added this. Oh, and ignore this stuff here. That's just an image. You could obviously pick a better image that would kind of start and end nicely. But basically, this is all controllable. So. I took this guy's theme. I dumped game list and other stuff in here. I dumped in the blood animation below it, and then boom, I did it in like 5 minutes. It's incredibly easy to make these things, and the animation system is actually really powerful. So let me show you how this will work in here. Oh yeah, and let me show you the other images that we have. So here. See, that Friday the 13th thing is like the default not found image. And then if I do the speech recognition, Samurai Showdown 2. See how it picks that other image for the speech recognition. So like for a Friday the 13th theme, I don't know, if you want somebody screaming or something that indicates voice, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. I don't even like this theme. But Mortal Kombat. Yeah, whatever. You'll also notice that we can do different colors for the game list above and below the selected item. It can all be unique. Yes, let me go into configuration here and show you how the animation works. So see how we have this layer, and in this layer we have an object, and this thing is just image frames, just frames of an image, and then all you have to do is basically just point it to different frames of animation, and it's magically going to put that together and do an animation. So and you can control this stuff. You can control the speed that it runs at. You can set its position in the front end. So in this case, I have it going. It updates every 100 milliseconds. But let's just get crazy here. Like let's do 16 milliseconds, which is basically 60 frames a second. And see how fast the blood is dripping now because we just really sped it up. And notice that all the animations in the theme are independent. So see Blanca over there. See, here's Blanca's animation. We're just saying that these are the frames of the Blanca animation. Here's where they are. We could make the Blanca animation like really slow. Let's make it every 500 milliseconds. And then let me change the position of Blanca here. I'll make him a little higher up here, and I'll make him, or rather, I'll move him to the left a little bit. Well, let me move him to the right a little bit, and let me raise him a bit. So see how the Blanca animation is really slow now? But we still have the fast blood animation. Like I said, this thing is incredibly powerful. You can do animations to say that you want to move the position of objects, on the screen. So you can have like a Blanca scrolling from left to right, or up to, down, up, up, down, diagonal. You could do X and Y, animation of both these things. And on top of that, you can have animation frames. On top of that, you can set the rotation on these things. So see how this theme is kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like rotated, 10, 11 degrees or something. You could actually rotate the list to make it match that slant there. You could even animate the preview. You could make like the preview like scroll left to right or something. You can basically do anything. I mean, the thing that's kind of funny about this is, this thing is a smidge, just a smidge away from basically being a 2D game engine. It really wouldn't be much more work just to make this a 2D game engine because it pretty much has everything that it needs. It has sound events, an animation system, frame rate independent movement. It's kind of hilarious, how over-engineered this thing is. So yeah, I mean, so basically, I'm aiming to have a beta release of this out this week. The reason this took so long is because, see, personally, I don't care. I'm not going to use any of these custom themes. I like the theme that I made. I made it for myself. But And the thing is, I just knew that unless I could bring it all together to make it all compatible in one program, that I would just never maintain it. Just because I don't really care that much about the customization stuff. And so that was what a lot of the work was. I shuffled a lot of stuff around to make it possible to just, do it all within the same program. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of it. I think it'll. I mean, really, like this is. When I'm done with this, when I put it out, this is a straight up upgrade from Mala. There's nothing Mala can do that this can't do better. The funny thing is, it's like it's actually faster than Mala too. Like just this right now, I was benchmarking it. When it's doing all this and like even playing a video, it was at less than 1% CPU usage. It's like it's doing nothing. Yeah. So I'm pretty proud of it. There are a lot of different things that I could do in terms of providing more flexibility, but I'm gonna work on polishing some of this stuff up at this time.